morning. Happy to see you all here. It wasn't easy to get here, but it was a nice walk. We are here today because we want to get to an agreement regarding this 50 billion financial aid to Ukraine. That is the main purpose. That is what we are going to discuss. Our aim is to have a solution for 27 countries, so we try to bring everybody on board. The other thing that I want to address is the 1 million rounds initiative. So we are in February now, and it seems that we don't really achieve this goal. But without this ambitious goal, we would be in a worse place. First, what is good out of it is that the production of ammunition has tripled in Europe. Of course, it's not enough. What it also showed is that the defense readiness of European countries is far behind of what it should be. So definitely it sends a clear message to everybody that we should all do more. And that's why I've also been advocating for the 2% of the GDP defense investment that every ally, at least in NATO, should do. And the third item that I want to address is the sanctions and the circumvention of sanctions. When we read from the unofficial statistics of Russian imports that the import of microchips to Russia has increased, and out of those 20 companies that deliver those microchips, 15 are Western companies, and out of those 15, 3 are European companies. So I think this is something that we have to really acknowledge and do something with it, because if the companies think that we will benefit from this and it doesn't matter, then actually it does matter. If everybody does their share, the breaking point for the war would be much closer when everybody is trying to circumvent and trying to get their own benefits out of it, then the path will be much longer. So thank you.
Viktor Obran wants the chance to keep having vetoes every year.
Our preference is to have it 4 years, a long-term plan in place. So that is the main goal. Viktor definitely wants to be the center of attention every time we are here, but it shouldn't be like this. We should agree and stick to it. And of course, we can review decisions we have made, but Ukraine needs a long-term commitment.
Isn't that very embarrassing?
That is true. We have been discussing this with other leaders, and let's see how this meeting works out. Because if every time something is offered, then this pattern will continue. Because you get something out of this. I don't want to use the word blackmail, but I don't know another better word.
What kind of consequences should there be?
We will discuss this, how to get out of this. If you look at Hungary, the economy of Hungary, they don't use the euro currency, so if you look at their interest rates of their central bank, it's 9%. That shows how well their economy is doing. So actually, Hungary needs Europe. He should also look into what is it in it for Hungary in being in Europe. But that's all for the discussions that we're going to have today.
So we're discussing, you mean the 26 leaders are discussing this with everyone?
We have been discussing this in various groups with different leaders who are on the same side, how to really break this pattern. That is one of the discussion points, but it is clear that Article 7, if we go into this procedure, we have to know that we will deliver on that, which means that there are 26 against 1, which is not clear. And the other point is that we really have to focus what happens afterwards. I mean, if we use this nuclear option, then how we work after this.
You mentioned the ammunition rounds for Ukraine. Only half of it will be delivered until March. But some countries, especially Germany, are also fed up with the other countries. Also, that Estonia is mentioned because you allegedly been quite creative with the calculations of the peace facility. What do you say to this criticism?
Yesterday I had a press briefing and I showed this Kiel Institute table where you have the European commitments, the commitments that countries do separately, and the whole of it. So if you look at that, European peace facility actually has brought on board helping Ukraine the countries that don't do it just by themselves. So this is increasing the support for Ukraine. Now, if everybody is starting to calculate down what they give just around this peace facility, then we will actually lose those countries who are in the peace facility and don't do anything just between themselves. So we should look at the bigger picture and not everybody's own interest in this regard. The Kiel Institute has shown this table as well. I mean, of course, countries should do more. I have been advocating for 0.25% of GDP. If every country in the Ramstein coalition does that and gives a long-term commitment for that, then actually we could, outweigh Russia in this regard, and actually Ukraine could win. So we have done this commitment, and I call on other countries to do the same. We don't see everything. I mean, everything is not public. So of course, what the leaders tell is what we have to also believe and what they give. So I hope that everybody is putting their money where their mouth is.
Do you think that Europe is ready for
We have to work with every leader that our allies choose for them, but what I think this is a wake-up call for everybody in Europe to do more for European own defense, and that's why I think the Million Rounds initiative is also a wake-up call to do more, so that we could have and we would have the defense readiness here in a much better state than it is currently. If Europe is behind Ukraine, then we can also help them in this regard. But it is much better if United States is also supporting Ukraine. That is true. We should do more for our own defense. It doesn't mean that we will push America away, and we still need the United States as the biggest ally in NATO. That is very clear. But it also is very clear that all the European countries should do more. I mean, if some countries in Europe think that, if something bad happens, that it's further away from their borders, then, Europe is a very small continent and it affects everybody. So everybody should also do more. Thank you.